In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Mobot, formerly CloudBot, on AWS and connect it to OpenAI's ChatGPT and Discord. We'll deploy the agent on an EC2 instance using Ubuntu, and we'll keep everything secured with no exposed ports and control the agent entirely from Discord. By the end, you'll have Mobot agent running in the cloud that you could talk to, extend, and build real workflows on top of. Let's get started. So we're going to break this down into a couple steps. First, we're going to set up the EC2 instance. Once that's ready, we'll install Mobot. And during the installation process, we're going to show you how to get your API key from OpenAI and also how to set up a Discord bot and get that key as well. And once everything's all installed, I'll show you how to look at the UI for Mobot. And then finally, we'll test it out on Discord, being able to chat with Mobot. Let's get started. So we're on our AWS console homepage. We're going to go ahead and open up EC2. Reason why we're going to be doing an EC2 instance, it's a virtual server. For security reasons, Mobot has the ability to write on the device that it's installed on, and we don't really want it to give it that access on our local device. So we'll go down here to launch instance, to launch a new instance. We're going to give it a name. Let's call it Mobot. We're going to look at the OS image, and we're going to select Ubuntu, a Linux server. Continue scrolling down for the instance type. We're going to scroll down, and we're actually going to select a T3 medium. We need to create a new key pair. This key pair is what allows us to securely SSH into that instance. Alt key. Right, yeah, so the .pem for our OpenSSH will create this key. And then we're going to scroll down to network settings. And then you can see here, allow HTTPS and HTTP traffic. We're going to leave those unchecked. It's only going to use outbound traffic. We're not going to actually use inbound traffic. But you can see here with the SSH traffic, currently we're allowing it from anywhere. We're going to change that to my IP. Now I'm going to hide my IP address, but this option here is to select your IP. And then down to configuration storage, we're going to upgrade this to 30 gigabytes. And then that's it. We're going to launch instance. Once that instance is running, we're going to go ahead and click on the instance ID to enter it. And you're going to see this option to connect to it. We're going to go into SSH client. And it's going to give you the instructions to open an SSH client. One of the first things we're going to have to do is run this change modify 400 on that PEM key, so it's not publicly viewable. And then we're going to connect to the instance through the public DNS. And it's giving you this whole command to do it. So let's copy this command. We're going to head over to a terminal. And we're going to navigate to where this PEM key is. It's in my downloads file. And we'll be able to run this SSH command from there to access the server. All right, so I have a new terminal open. The first thing we're going to do is CD into that downloads. This is where my PEM key is. I'm going to run this chmod 400 to ensure the PEM key is hidden. And then I'm going to run the SSH command. And it's using that PEM key to log into as this user into that AWS instance. Let's hit enter. And now you can see that we're logged in as that Ubuntu user into that IP, that instance. And you may get a question about a fingerprint, yes or no. And it's just confirming you know and trust where we're SSHing into. So once we're SSH'd into the instance, first thing we're going to do is a sudo app update, making sure everything's up to date. After that, we're going to do a sudo app upgrade any of the dependencies. And then finally, we need to download and install curl. Curl is what we use to install packages from the internet. Now that curl is installed, we're going to use curl to download Node. And once Node's installed, we're going to do a sudo app install Node to actually install Node on the Linux device. Now we can do a node flag v for version to see what the version is. Looks good. And we'll do an npm flag v for to check the version of npm. So let's take a look at the OpenClaw AI website. This is where it gives you all the information, but importantly, it gives you the quick start guide. Here's a one-liner using curl, which we just installed. Also gives you an npm option, which we have npm, hackable, Mac OS. We're going to use this one-liner. We're going to copy this. And when you click on these links down here, it'll actually lead you to the docs. If you can see on the bottom left, it says docs.openclaw.ai. That will be helpful later on. But for now, we're going to use this curl command back on our terminal. Back on the terminal, let's paste that curl, hit enter, and the installation will begin. After a few minutes, you'll get this prompt. This is the Claude onboarding, and it's just letting you know about the inherent risk. So we'll say yes. We'll do quick start. And then this is where we're going to need our OpenAI API key. All right, so to get our OpenAI key, you actually have to go to platform.openai.com. On the left side, you'll see here your options, and you'll see API key. We'll create a new secret key, and this will be our malt bot key. And we'll use our default project, create secret. Now you got to make sure you save this secret, because once you get out of this screen, once you hit done, you won't have access to this secret again. So let's hit done. Back on the terminal, we'll go to OpenAI, press enter, and we're going to do our OpenAI API key. I'm going to go ahead and paste that key in here, hit enter, and now we get to select our default model. I'm going to use GPT-5 Nano. Now we get to select our channel, and like we said before, we're going to use Discord, and we're going to need a Discord bot API. So let's set that up. All right, so to get our bot API key, you're going to need a Discord developer account. Once you're logged into it, you're going to do a new application, and we're just going to call this one a malt bot. And the first thing we need to do is update the installation. I'm not going to use the Discord provided link. We're just going to hit none. We're going to hit save to that. Next, we're going to go down to the bot, and we're going to uncheck this. We don't want it public because it's going to be using API keys. We don't want people to be able to download this and install it and use our tokens. And additionally, we're going to need this message content intent. We need to make sure this is checked. That way, as you can see, this is required for it to receive message content. And then we're going to hit save. And to get the key, we need to do a token reset. Click token reset, say yes, and now the token's present. Go ahead and copy this. Just like the OpenAI key, this is your one chance to copy the token. After this, you won't be able to see it. You'll only be able to reset it. Now let's take this key back and install this on our malt bot. So back on the terminal, Discord bot API selected. Let's press enter. And it's going to ask us for that token. So I'm going to paste it in there. Hit enter again. And we're going to configure channel access. And we're just going to say open for testing purposes right now. And we're not going to configure any skills right now. So let's hit no. And then again, enable hooks. For this one, you have to press the space bar to select. But we aren't going to enable any hooks right now, especially since we have none of the HTTP or HTTPS ports open. Hooks won't even work. This is to press enter. And then finally it tells you about hatching your bot. And we're just going to open it on the web UI, but we'll do this later because we're on a terminal and it won't actually open it. And then the completion script. And then you see it's prompting us to restart our shell or run source, right, to resource those environmental variables. So we're going to hit our source and get those environmental variables. All right, so if we scroll back up, we will see our token, right? So our UI controls. So it's going to tell us to go to our localhost 1878.19 with this token. We don't have a reverse proxy and we don't have that port open. So we are not going to be able to access it directly. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to set up an SSH port forwarding to this. And we're going to use this token to connect to the UI. So from here, let's copy the token. And we're going to open up a new terminal to set up that port forward. All right, so I've opened up a second terminal. And I have this command. This is SSH using that same pen key, but what we're doing is we're porting in to our local host into that instance. So essentially it's going to mimic the port on our local computer. That way we'll be able to go to localhost 1878.9 and access the UI and input that token. So let's press enter, and it looks like it's going to hang, and it is because it is. It's actively port forwarding. So let's go to a browser and go to that local host. All right, so once we get the port forwarding working, we go to our local host 1878.9. We get the OpenClaw, but you see the unauthorized, the missing token. So what we need to do is update with the token that was given to us. We go to overview, and then you'll see gateway token, and all we have to do is paste that token in there and hit connect. And then now we can see the connection. And then before we do the final step of installing that Discord bot and chatting with it, let's chat with our OpenClaw, our Molt bot here on our local host port 18789. So I'm in the chat. You can see the chat's working now. I have a new session rolling, and we'll just say, tell me about yourself. And we can see it's thinking, and now it's telling me. So it says, I'm your OpenClaw personal assistant. So obviously it's fully connected to OpenAI, able to process this chat. Next up, we're going to go to Discord and finish setting up that Discord bot on a Discord channel. So we're back on our Discord dev. This time we're going to go into OAuth 2. And we're going to generate an OAuth 2 URL link to install a bot. And the scope is going to be bot. We scroll down, and it needs to be able to send a message. It needs to be able to view channels. And it also needs to be able to read message history to get the context. And that's all we need. You'll see this link here. This is the generated URL to install. Let's go to a new tab and install this. Right, so it's asking if I want to install the Molt bot. It's telling me what it's doing. I'm doing it on a test server. And it's just warning me about the permissions, being able to view channels, send messages, read message history. And I'm going to say I authorize. Looks successful. Let's go to Discord and see if we could communicate with it. So I'm on Discord, I'm in a test channel, and let's see, we're going to do @maltbot, and you can see the available, which is already a good sign, it means it's working. Let's say, hey, tell me about yourself. Lets me know that it's seen it, and Maltbot is typing. And it's just telling you about what it is. It's OpenClaw Assistant. So everything looks like it's working. We're able to chat with it on local host, and now we're able to chat with it here on Discord. If you made it this far, hopefully your bot is running and talking back to you in Discord. If you hit any issues or want to see a specific feature demoed, leave a comment and I'll try and cover it in a future video. If this video helped, like, subscribe, and stick around for more. See you on the next one.